What's up, my witches? What's up, everybody? Hi, Tavia. Hi, Roxanne. Hi, Baby Joe. Welcome, Marcy. I'm so glad to see you guys here. So glad to see you here. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Oh, my goodness. I don't know if you could tell by the state of the desktop that things are a little less balanced and organized. This is just a last ditch. I must do a live or I will lose my mind. I hope you are all well. I hope that you, all of you wonderful healers and empaths and light workers, are managing to take care of yourselves during the times that we're going through, you know, as if my own shit wasn't enough. We have all this other stuff on top. Hello, Rob. Hi, Pagan Maiden. How are you? Welcome. And hello, Robin. So good to see you. So catch-up. Let's have some catch-up time. Pardon me. If you're new, then you don't know a whole lot about me. I'm Luna. And I usually do these lives every week, but it's been a month, at least a month. I am neurodivergent, autistic, ADHD. I have hypermobility connective tissue disorder, so I have chronic pain and fatigue, and I have Epstein-Barr chronic fatigue. And when something hits my immune system, the connective tissue disorder is autoimmune. So when something hits my system and my immune system gets angry, it attacks me. And so it's just a thing that compounds. And then when my immune system is attacking me, to handle that, I also have an adrenal condition. So I have to take steroids. And I take steroids that helps kind of suppress the immune attack, but then the Epstein-Barr virus, it can't be kept at bay, and so it breaks out. And I had gotten to the point in September, I'd gotten shots, steroid and anti-inflammatory, and I've also had this chronic shoulder problem. Sorry, I am so sorry for the whining, but I feel I owe you an explanation. And my shoulder was just ruined my entire summer, basically. So I went and got shots, and it's like, I'm feeling good. I can't wait to start beating and then boom, we got this virus, and it was a bad one. It was this viral bronchitis thing. And I did everything I know how to do to fight it back and, you know, keep it at a minimum. And after 4 weeks of it, everything crashed. Everything crashed a week ago on Monday, and I ended up in the ER just with panic attacks where my hands were going numb. And what happens with the panic attacks is it's when my adrenals are done. There is no more cortisol to be had in my system, and so adrenaline takes over. And hooey, it's been a ride. And so tonight it's like I was getting, so I'm a victim of inertia here and entropy, where it's just like I have to hit what I call escape velocity to try to get back to where I left off, you know. And more as I get older, the more I understand that there's really, you know, when I think of getting back to, that thing I keep thinking I'm getting back to has slipped and slipped and slipped and slipped. So it's a constant redefining of, where am I at now? How can I do what I love now? You know, how can I still make it happen and, you know, not pressure myself, not have unrealistic expectations, all that kind of stuff. So it's been a ride, but I have another appointment on Monday for the shoulder because I got 0 sleep last night because of this. And what did I do to make it angry this time? I made dinner. Made dinner last night, and it so anyhow, that's where I'm at, and here is where I'm at, and here is where I want to be, because this is one of my great loves and my great passions, and I have missed it so. And I I'm in that place. I call it walking the tightrope, where okay, got a little bit of energy, so you want to use it all, and that's like, be careful because you use it, but then again, it could be wiped away whether I use it or not. So I'm walking the tightrope. Anyhow, I've learned so well how to let go of things that, I wanted to do. Oh, I just have to let it go, that I'm getting a little too good at letting go. So here is the reclaiming part too. And it's Samhain. I mean, it's Samhain, and we're right smack in the middle of an eclipse cycle. And wow, the shit is hitting the global fan and the personal fans too. So I'm with you in spirit and mind, if not body. And if you see, I have this thing that I bought that my daughter told me about, which is this little ergonomic thing that I can rest my elbow on. So if I want to bead, I don't have to hold my arm up. I don't have to strain these tendons. So if you see this funny floaty arm thing, that's what it is. Okay, let me catch up with you here. Oh my goodness. Quite a lot going on, isn't there? Robin is new, but you've watched my channel. Oh, new to the live. I'm glad you're here too, dear. Oh my goodness. EDS hypermobility and POTS. Yeah, that the EDS is a bear. And I mean, only in my 65th year have I now gotten the name for my connective tissue disorder. So thank you, Pagan Maiden. Thank you so much for all the well wishes. Thank you. I appreciate every bit of it. I know you guys have been sending me good stuff. I can feel it. So tonight, I have a bunch of decks here. I've got 6 decks, and then there's a 7th that I took a little message from beforehand that I'm not going to actively use. But I don't know that I'm going to use all these decks, because here's the other tightrope. Being an empath, I come on live. It's one thing when I'm doing a video because it's just me, but when I'm live, we are connected, and I feel it. And I feel the energy that you send me. And my little, talent of dissociation means I can push the pain to the background, and it makes it very easy. And I pick up the energy. It makes it very easy to just keep rolling. But the thing is, I'm running that energy through this system, and my adrenals are like, eh. So I have to be careful. And before we do our meditation, I will show you the first deck that I pulled out, which was the Beloved Dead deck. And that may make an appearance next week on Samhain. But I pulled out the Spirit Throne card, which is the card that you start with everything. So I am taking this card and putting that Spirit Throne right at the top of my desk here. This is where we sit tonight, waiting for the messages from Spirit. And then I took 3. I split the deck and picked them. I got 2 active love cards, bookends, and 1 in the middle. The first act of love is self-preservation. Boy, do I know that. The one on the other side was an act of love, and that was self-care. And the one in the middle was grave. It's like life or death, do or die, self-preservation and self-care. And there's 2, self-preservation is about really drawing boundaries and getting away from things that are threatening to you. Preserve yourself, getting out of toxic situations, whether it's, a toxic way of eating, or, toxic relationships, toxic workplaces, things like that. Self-preservation is about extricating yourself from threatening situations. Self-care is what you do after you've gotten yourself out of those situations, where you nurture and heal and you nourish. And I made bone broth and vitamins, but I'm taking so many supplements now, it ain't even funny. And so that is the self-care. And this right here with you guys is self-care to me. This is self-care. So set those to the side, and I can put you somewhere else. Oh, beloved dead. There, we'll put you there. Now, And then we have camera shenanigans. Okay, let's see where we are here. Tana, hello, welcome. Oh, thank you, my dear. Welcome from Argentina. And Natalie, welcome from Aussie land. Tana and Marcy live in the same province in Argentina. Wow. That, you know how that thrills me. Samantha, baby, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. I was hoping you got the notice. I hoped you got the little bell because we have been missing. Your vocabulary in English is so bad, but you understand, honey, it doesn't sound bad to me. And Tana, you have my absolute respect for coming on to a channel and speaking in another language that you're not sure of. It's terrifying to me. And so you have my respect. All right. Let's do a thing here. Oof. Okay. I will try not to make too many oof, ouchie, ooh noises, but my shoulder is angry today. Very, very angry. Another tightrope. One of the reasons it is so very angry is because I've been hardly using my body at all because it's been so fatigued. So I use it and then it's like, ooh, we get sore, but I get sore way beyond where anybody needs to be, sore. And so then I'm tempted to not use it at all, but I have to keep using it to get past that. So anyway, here we go. Let me minimize myself just a bit. There we go. And I've lit some sage here, and I offer this to you, that by air and fire we may feel our minds clarified and inspired, and our passions awakened, and our vision clear, and our will strong. And by water and earth, by the liquid of life, I offer this ocean water to you, that we may all feel connected, blessed, cleansed, healed, and by earth may we be made whole, and may our lives in their fullest potential be made manifest. And by the sound of the bell, may the space around us be clear of any negative energy. May all of the atoms around us align with the sound of the bell again. And may this sound clarify your head. May you feel lightness inside your head. All of those excess thoughts can just settle down for a little while. That wasn't a good one. There we go. All right. Now, get yourself situated on whatever you're sitting or lying down on. Put your feet flat on the floor. Pardon me, I'm very burpy right now. I had broccoli for dinner. TMI, I know, but it is what it is. All right, so settle down onto the surface that is supporting you. And let your breath all the way out. And just feel your butt get really heavy, okay? This is your center of gravity. Just feel it sink. Sink down, and as you feel gravity pulling you down and taking over, just let it pull out anything out of your muscles, tension, stress, pain, fatigue, anything that you do not need in your body. Just let gravity kind of pull it out of you right now. And when you breathe nice and slowly, a deep, full breath with your diaphragm. And then when you exhale, exhale fully. And just feel everything relaxing. And then on the next exhale, let a root or a cord go down into the earth out from the base of your spine. Feel it going down, down, down into the earth. As we sit at this peak of the year, Samhain Beltane, the highest points of the year, the most potent points of the wheel of the year. So feel yourself grounded in the earth, feel that cord sinking down, feel it hooking in, sending out runners to the four directions so that you feel stable. Your body is stable. And then as you continue to breathe, you see the earth energy begin to move up the root, moving, moving, moving. Green and gold. And there's a little bit of black. Look at the blackness of the fertile earth mixed in there, and it comes up into your body, and you feel the earth energy pour in through the base of your spine, pour down your legs, feel the tingle as the gold and the green start to flash and dance through your body, through your muscles, through your cells, your molecules, through every atom. The space between the atoms is filled with earth energy as it fills up your belly, your pelvis, and into your solar plexus and your chest, and you feel your chest expand with your next breath, easy and free as the earth energy flows up into your upper chest. You feel your shoulder blades loosen so they slide up and down your back. And the earth energy rises up to your shoulders and rushes down your arms to the tips of your fingers. And then rising up through your neck and into your head, swirling and swirling. And as that earth energy is moving around, notice how much more relaxed everything becomes. Focus on your face. Let the muscles in your forehead relax and smooth out. And from the top of your head too, your scalp begins to relax and smooth out. If you need to touch to help to relax, you can do that. And now feel all of the muscles around your eyes, so many tiny, tiny muscles. And those are beginning to relax. And along that level, the muscles around your ears and around the back of your head begin to relax. And then all the muscles around your nose, between your eyes and down your nose and all around. There are so many muscles in our faces, so many places to hold tension. And now all the muscles around your mouth. Let your mouth relax. Feel the frown lines relaxing. Let your tongue relax and rest down in the bottom of your mouth. Let your jaw relax. Feel this hinge kind of separate, and your jaw relaxes. And all the muscles in your throat, down into your chest, and you feel that cascade of relaxation continue on down your body to the tips of your toes. And a full exhale now. And on the next inhale, pull that earth energy up into your body. Watch it swirl and move, and you feel like you have infinite capacity to take in a deep breath with no strain, and then you exhale only the breath, not the energy. Exhale all the way. Inhale again. Feeling that earth energy really moving. And then exhale only the breath, keep the energy. Sorry about that. I have no idea what happened there. Now, I hope you've continued to breathe through this. On the next inhale, another big dose of earth energy comes rushing into your body. And on the exhale, you send it out the crown. My low back just adjusted. And watch and feel the energy come out of the crown of your head and shoot up and start to arc down around you to create this beautiful sphere or egg, however it shows itself to you, that encloses you in your personal space, your personal bubble, your sacred space. And the energy goes down all around you in this perfect shape, and it touches the earth and sinks down to close around that root and travel back down into the earth. And now reaching up into the cosmos, feel the crown chakra open wide and cosmic energy pours in, joining the earth energy. They're magnetic. They attract each other. Blue and silver cosmic energy, green and gold earth energy attracting each other, joining up, creating these little sparkling pairs that spin and whirl and dance all through your body. Feel them going everywhere that needs help. Follow it down through your body, down through your belly, through your pelvis, through your thighs, down to the bottoms of your feet. And you feel some of it also travel down that root until it reaches the level where it joins the sphere, and then it comes back up the outside and out. And take a moment now to invite in your guides and guardians, allies and ancestors, your deities, gods and goddesses. Thank you for being here with us every minute of every day. I welcome your presence here. Just a moment. I offer you fresh water. I offer you the fire of Azrael. We welcome you. And now let's, after the next exhale, let's do another big inhale. And as you exhale, push a layer of that sphere or egg out. You see it as a light sphere, and it pushes out until it connects with everyone else who is experiencing this, whether it's live or watching the video. We are in a place in the spiritual realm where there is no time or space. Goodness. Whew, didn't realize I put that much in there. All right. Now, as we feel connected to each other, blessings to you all. Ooh-wee. Let me tell you guys, I have been too fatigued and ill to pray. I have, but not a lot, because it's just been so difficult. All right, here we go. Mars opposite. Yeah, I've got some shit going on in my chart. There's no doubt about that. Well, and I have that natal T-square. Sun Uranus at the apex, Mars ruling and in my 6th house, Neptune sitting in the 12th, the other end. So Neptune opposing my Mars. Gee, you think my energy gets sucked out through my 12th house? Yes. Yes, it does. Thank you, Tavia. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You know, it's like, yeah, I know why, but so, oh my goodness. Smoke follows beauty. Hey, well, I also have my window open. What a glorious day it was. I asked Cliff to take me out today for a ride. We went riding around to look at leaves because guess what else I can't do without my shoulder getting really angry? Drive. We fight on, don't we? All right, let's let me come up in the corner and let's take a look at the decks that we have. It's so funny. I have an argument going on in my head right now going, you need to take care. You're not doing all those decks. And it's, yeah, I feel like, I'll do what I want. So But it's one of those things where it's worth whatever the outgo is, because it feeds me in return. It's not like I'm going out drinking or something and going, it'll be worth it, Okay. So we have number one. Everything's in the wrong place here. Wait. Number one, we have Deep, Dark, and Dangerous by Stacey DeMarco and Kinga Britschke. Number two, we have the Guardian of the Night deck by MJ Cullinane. This was a gift from Tavia. I send you blessings for this deck, my dear. Oh my gosh. You guys, my hands are shaking. So get to watch my body doing the funky chicken here. Okay. Then I had to bring the Talisman Oracle tonight. I think we'll work with this one regardless. It is such a wonderful deck for every witch, and for this time that we're in, and Samhain and everything. And this is Nora Paskalieva. Then I'm having to remember how I do things because I forget. It's been so long. We have the Sacred Hags Oracle. This was the first one that hollered at me tonight. Hold up. Let's see. Try to condense here a little bit. Oh, haha, Luna. And then we have the... Oh, yes. The Ghosts and Spirits Tarot. This is by Lisa Hunt. Wait. 5. And then we have The Haunted House Tarot. And this is by Sasha Graham and Mircho Pierfederici. This is an LS deck. Ghosts and Spirits is US Games. Blah, blah. You have the names. Blah, blah, blah. All right. So, let's start with the Astro Dice. Here's another thing. I have the window open and the wood smells so amazing, and I've got this sinus thing going on. So, all right. Bitching aside. Thank you. Yes, I had to change it to put on something for Samhain, and I did it, 2 weeks ago when I shot that video I put up yesterday. All right. So we have North Node in Libra in the 9th. Ooh, wow. Whoa. No, wait a minute. Sorry, South Node. Yikes. We can no longer go the old way as far as global diplomacy goes. I mean, Libra, 9th house, global justice on a global scale. And the South Node is saying what we are being shown here is the result of that old karmic path, doing things the old way, the easy way, the dogmatic way. And those three right there are calling our attention to it. Why are we having troubles these days? Because we are refusing to learn. We are refusing to take the karmic path forward, to take the new path, to find a new way. We are falling prey into the easy way. But is it easy? Is it easier? No, it's not, because it's bad for the planet. It's bad for the majority of the people on the planet. So, this is a reckoning. We are being pitched into this old karmic path, so we can see what the fruits are. And with the stuff going on in the Middle East now, you're hearing voices louder now, just saying enough. We're not just going to go, oh, there's nothing we can do about it anymore. I think globally we have gotten a very clear picture of how powerful we are and how connected we are and how strong we can be when our voices are joined together, when we stand together against the things that we will no longer tolerate, and when we stand together to say we will no longer go the old way. But these three just tell us that, yes, we are still beating that dead horse. We are still going the old. Okay, let's take some of that off of that spoon. Let's pay attention to what happens when we keep treading this old, well-worn path, you know, highway to hell, if you will. All right, we're going to put these over here. All right. Hi, Catherine. Hello, my dear. Oh, yes, ghosts and spirits in the haunted house, they are the perfect thing for Samhain, aren't they? We can Samantha says also, so we can truly see the vibration level so that we can more consciously choose to rise above it as a collective. Absolutely. We need to see how low vibe we have gotten. And I mean, let's face it, human beings don't generally make radical path changes until they hit rock bottom, right? Better the devil you know. Let's just stay in this familiar discomfort rather than take a risk of, you know, something that could bring us the greatest rewards. You know, we can visualize it. If we can visualize it, we can make it happen. You can't visualize something that absolutely cannot happen. If you're wanting it, it's already part of your system. Therefore, it already exists, right? Okay, so let's see. Tavia, thank you, dear. She says, I cannot improve on the dice reading. This is a reckoning. It absolutely is. I mean, do you feel it? When I just said that again, I got chills head to toe. So my body agrees. All righty. Tiny die, tiny die. Number 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We step out with the ghosts and spirits. I've been doing a little bit of beading. I have taken my first steps into the world of delicas, the really expensive beads, and I've purchased some, but I have had a reckoning with myself that if I'm going to be making things with those expensive beads, I must sell them. So we'll figure this out. But I'm going into geometric. Let's see if you can see. Wrong camera. Oh, geometric. When I make myself bigger, I'll see if. But these are 3D. These are like poofy. Each of these sides is a cylinder with a little gem in it, and I love them so. So, I've done a little bit of beading, but it's very exciting beading. All right, back to the cards. Revenons à nos moutons. All right. The planetary one was the South Node, Samantha. So it was the South Node in Libra in the 9th. Okay. Now, what do we need to know right now? All right. Well, all right. We're taken out of that stack, apparently. We have the 6 of Swords, we have the Ace of Wands, and the 2 of Swords. So we have, we are navigating through troubled waters right now. We are escaping, you know, that's the card of self-preservation. That's the card of get me out of this situation. Get me through this, please. It's the determination, the strength of mind that you need in order to navigate your way through. It can also represent a rescuer or someone that comes to your aid. The Ace of Wands is this new beginning. So we're going through this troubled time looking for this new beginning of creativity, for the passion to awaken again, for the joy to awaken, that joy of living. And Two of Swords here is we really need to come out of the, whatever denial, you know, leave behind us the tendency to denial, the tendency to, I don't want to do it. And this also talks about kind of being lockdown in your thoughts, having to make a decision and just not knowing which way to go. So we'll continue here. The Eight of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. All right. So the Eight of Swords, you know, both blindfold cards here. Eight of Swords says we are in these troubled waters we are in are of our own making. The situations we are in are of our own making. The Page of Pentacles says it's time for school. Time to go to school and learn new ways. It's happening. It is happening. And where it's really happening is in the millennials, Gen Z. They're going to change it. We can't rely only on them because we've handed them this fucked up mess, you know? So, but we are getting taken to school about how, yeah, we can let ourselves out. No, it's not the only way. No, we're not trapped. These two cards can talk about being trapped, you know, in your thoughts, trapped in not being able to decide. But Ace of Wands in the middle says, you know, wake up, wake up. There's a torch being held up here. And then we have Four of Wands down here, and we have to work together with it. Four of Wands is, you know, we have that spark inside of us. I want to see change. Who can I work with to make this come about? How can we navigate these waters? And while we are going through these external tough times, how can we look internally? How am I keeping myself trapped in these ways of thinking and in these ways that are manifesting? And how can I set myself free? Let's see what the other two were. The Knight of Cups and the King of Swords. Oh, how interesting. We have to bring both our more active emotional body. We have to be opening to each other. Opening, you know, across the aisle, across the borders, whatever a border is, these fictitious boundaries. We need to reach out to each other. Here's what I have to offer you without looking at what's in it for me. And King of Swords says we've got to be absolutely crystal clear in our thinking. Absolutely crystal clear. There are intellectual ways through, but we cannot forget the emotional. We have to bring the softer side of ourselves to the problem here. Okay, let's see here. Oh, the astrological sign, Samantha, was Libra. And Tavia already answered that for you. There you. Justice, balance, diplomacy. Yes. Ninth is religion, philosophy, higher mind, fanatics, and global stuff. Joining our hearts and our heads, absolutely. And, you know, these are active. We've got the Knight and the King, very active. I want to see, we got Knight of Pentacles on the bottom. I was looking for, let's have a major. It was the next card up. And it is the Devil, which in this deck is chains. Look at this. How are we keeping ourselves trapped? And King of Swords here is also a little bit of warning. He's the, I call him the bastard or the motherfucker. He is that rigidity of thinking, minds that can't be changed. He's that, you know, we love our Aquarians, don't we? But once they get an idea in their heads, there's no shift in it. And you can get wedded to your ideas. You can really get precious about the ideas that you have to the point where, no, I can't change. And that's a calcified thought. I just can't change. It's the way I am. We got to get rid of those calcified thoughts. We have to bust these chains and set ourselves free. But look at all the swords where it's all mental. It's all mental. Look at the positive axis here, the Ace and the Four of Wands. That is spiritual, passionate, creative. And we've got to get the practical and the emotional in here too. But yeah, you know, we are in a trap of our own making, as we have ever been. All right. Well done, ghosts and spirits. Who's up next? Number 4. We got the Sacred Hags. I think we might just take one with Sacred Hags. I am relaxing. I feel myself relaxing. I've been missing me, really missing me. All right. Settle in here. There we go. Telling me to split and pull. What little message or ritual do you have for us tonight? 2 wanted to come. So we have Fairy Pool Baptism and the Season of Mud-Caked Hands. All right. This is in the category of spells. So our spell tonight is Fairy Pool Baptism, and I will read these whole things. This is what's wonderful about this deck is I'm just passing along with this wonderful author, Danielle Dulski, with the illustrator is Janine Hausman, but I will let Danielle do the speaking and interpreting here because she's amazing. Fairy Pool Baptism is about renewal. Grandmother speaks. Come to the water with me, child. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by what an ancient remedy that holy and cool element can be. Where shall we go? We might wade just a bit in a muddy mountain stream after a good rain, or perhaps we shall find the sweetest renewal in a waterfall or the greatest grief medicine in that old grandmother called the sea. Water spells bring us closer to our sacred sensuality, to our erotic innocence. When we forget our more instinctual souls, when we get lost in the muck of reason or blinded by the light of too sterile social proprieties, we must go to the water and ask for a blessing. She will abide that hallowed liquid. We are her kin after all. So the moonlight ritual is the consecration of the moon chalice. Before you take to your bed tonight, find a vessel that will become your moon chalice. This might be some great heirloom stein that belonged to your grandmother or a chipped mug found at a market. Use your intuition and choose the vessel, then fill it with water before placing it where the moonlight will find it. This might be at your bedside, but it need not be. When you wake, mindfully drink the moon-charged water and consciously consume the mystery and the magic of the darkness. May it aid you in remembering your dreams, and may it nurture your relationship with both the waters of this world and their mother, the moon. And then we have the Season of Mud-Caked Hands, nurturing. Grandmother speaks. You have surely tended these fragile seed dreams of yours well, beloved. Tell me, are you ready to take some precious time out of your day to enjoy the fruits of your witch's labor, the harvest, hey? What desires once lingered in the distant ether, seemingly so far away, so out of reach, but now you hold them in your shaking, mud-caked hands? Let's begin to celebrate, my dear, for we cannot always be endlessly searching for what comes next. Look to one small part of your life for which you might feel grateful now, and let it bring a smile to that weary face of yours. It's a lie that we must stay on the run, ever questing and never resting. Enjoy this majestic garden that is your world, if only for these short and precious moments. And then we have a moon. I'm going with the moonlight ritual for both of these because we are coming up on a full moon, and it's nighttime where I am. As the day wanes, attune yourself to the longer cycles in your lived story, to the relationships that took years to die as they needed to, perhaps still to be reborn anew, to the enduring roles you played that swelled to fruition, serving you as they did before ebbing gracefully or not so gracefully into the void of infinite potential. Speak a spontaneous prayer now to those slow to sprout seeds. those quietly growing dream visions that have not yet gained the vibrancy you trust is coming. So this is the prayer of the slow to sprout seeds. So I'm going to leave that to you, of just spending some time with those seeds that you were planted, maybe a long time ago, and that have taken those titanic cycles. I always talk about karma being, there are some cycles that are little bitty. They turn around real fast. And then there are cycles that are like turning the Titanic around. It takes a lot of space and a lot of time to turn things around. So say a prayer tonight to those slow to sprout seeds, and then maybe water them in yourself the next morning with your moon water. And this is a reminder too, with the slow to sprout seeds, of, don't be, like I was saying in the beginning, don't be so ready to let go. If something hasn't come to fruition and it's still something that you're passionate about, don't be so ready to let go of it for good. Maybe you just let go of it for now. Okay? All right, I'm catching up here. Thank you, Roxanne. Day one, Dottie's say is. Okay, Samantha, I think that needs some interpretation, some translation. Or is day one, Dottie's? I've done it this way since day one. Yes, day one, Dottie's. I see. To which I respond, how's that working for you? That's right. Tana says that King of Swords and the lights of the gravel remind me the spiritual force driven by an awake and conscious mind. Absolutely. You're fine, Tana. You're communicating, honey. You will not find the grammar police here, even though I am an official member of the grammar police. It doesn't apply tonight. Okay. All right. So we have 1, 2. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Cheers. A little bit more sandalwood. That's just straight up sandalwood. One of my favorite scents in the entire world. All right. There it is. Oh, tiny die. Who's up next? 3. This. I'm trying to figure out how to make sure I know the decks that I've used. All right. Soul cakes and honey mead wine. When I worked at the Hyatt in Nashville, Samantha says, there's a waitress there named Dottie who fought any change that came down the pike because she would always say, this is how we've done it since day one. Yeah. Aw. The grammar police are only in my mind. Question mark at the end of that? Okay. Is she playing peace now? Oh my goodness. Oops. All right, they didn't shuffle so well that time. We'll try again. This is the Talisman Oracle, by the way. If you have not experienced this oracle, pay attention and check it out, because wow, is it ever a good one. Okay, one more. So I'm sure day one Dottie had a heavy Saturn in her chart. And you know what that's based in? Fear. This is the way we've always done it. We fear change. Okay, there's our first one. Destiny. First card out is Destiny. It wants to be in the middle. All right, I'm just going to take them off the top now. Creativity. And Luna. All right. Creativity, Destiny, Luna. What's destiny? Let's talk about destiny and fate. Fate, root of the word fatal, means something that is just your doom, But your destiny is the other side of that coin. Your destiny is your fulfillment of your soul's purpose, bringing the best of yourself and fulfilling that. Fate is those shadow parts of yourself that you're going to trip over. You can't avoid them. They're gonna happen, you know. But if we are fixed mentally more on our destiny, on fulfilling our soul's purpose. Okay, never mind. Um, it keeps us on the positive side. It keeps us looking for the positive. Whereas if we are focused on fate and, you know, when the hammer's going to drop and how it's going to drop, we're going to be seeing threats everywhere. So this is talking about us being focused on destiny, and that gives us access to our creative self. How am I going to fulfill my destiny? What is my destiny? Even if you don't know it, even if you can't articulate it in words, there's a pull. It's that pull. I just have to do this. I've mentioned this before, I know, but there's a page on Facebook called Home for Peculiar Artists. It is such a delight to be on that page and see what people feel that pull about. I feel a pull to express these tiny little felted cats, or, you know, I mean, they're just wildly creative ideas I never would have thought of in a million years. And these people are so pulled towards that creative expression. It's their destiny. And who knows? It's not a one-to-one thing. You put your creative expression out into the world. You might think, okay, it makes me some money. I put it out, I get back. No, it's out there to affect things and to transfer its vibration to everything that comes in contact with it, and to do this big karmic cycle and bring back to you energies that can help you level up. And then we got Luna over here. Moon, moon, moon magic. Cycles, phases, eclipses. You know, when the light of the moon is eclipsed, when the earth's shadow, when our materialistic shadow falls over that that deep well of consciousness that the moon represents. So being able to kind of step away from the material, step away from the external manifestation, from the world of appearances, and into that deep well. If you have a chance where you are to moonbathe, it can be a wonderful exercise with no other point than just to lie in the light of the moon and moonbathe and gaze. She has messages for you. Then we have overcome fear. So what helps us to put our creative expression to follow our destiny is overcoming fear. And maybe if we can't overcome it, we just go through it. You know, we walk through, we keep breathing. I can kind of liken this to the panic attacks that I was having. And when the panic attacks start, and now that I'm aware of the mechanism, which is that my adrenals are just toast and not putting out enough cortisol. All they're putting out is adrenaline, and that adrenaline takes over. And I can be completely relaxed with pleasant thoughts on my mind, and all of a sudden it feels like the world is flipping over. And, you know, with my first and many, many, many panic attacks, it is impossible to mentally separate myself from them and go, oh, this is just a panic attack. It's the panic takes over, and the thoughts follow it. And oh my God, I'm going to die. I'm in trouble. You know. This last time, even though they were so very severe, I was able to say, this is a panic attack. This is adrenaline. And even while I was laying in the ER, doing things like putting an ice cold bottle of water on the back of my neck, splashing my face with cold water. Slow exhales can unhook the panic cycle and engage that vagus nerve. So this time I was able, even though they were worse than, I've never had my hands go numb and tingling with a panic attack, ever. So even with that degree, it was, this is a panic attack. Here are the things I can do to try to short circuit this. And they worked. So overcoming fear brings good fortune. If we can say, okay, this is the mechanism, here's what's happening, here's what's being triggered, and use that rational mind that the King of Swords was talking about here to look at how we navigate, how we deal with where we are, and then good fortune. Okay, hold on. And then we can see the good in the event, what's happening, how can I find the positive and be able to follow that. And, you know, fortune favors the brave, right? And then we have grounding. Okay, self-preservation, self-care. Grounding, grounding, grounding on a daily basis, keeping yourself connected to your body, keeping yourself connected to the earth, being very aware of what's going into your body. And even though I was not up to the full-time job of the self-care that I really needed, I was still able, you know, my son would make me my time tea and I would sit and send some Reiki into it before I drank it. And, you know, the Mama Buzz tea and the things. And thank God for my son and my husband, because it would be, can you make me this? Can you do this for me? Can you please make me this? And my son especially was just there to care for me. So that was wonderful. But grounding means keeping your ass in reality. That's one of the ways you overcome fear, is by checking around and saying what exactly is going on now, and then offering a gigantic prayer of gratitude that I am not, in fact, in Gaza right now. You know, where people really are at ground zero and things really are that scary. So, you know, gratitude also brings good fortune and also can help in overcoming the fear. Oh, I know the eclipses have been just something else. There's been an internal earthquake and tidal wave. Yes, yeah, exactly. Tana says the eclipses were very heavy this year. Yes, please stop, Moon. It is. It really is. We're going through deep change. Samantha says, I think the discomfort for me is eclipses for me tend to bring things out into the light of day, and I'm trying to raise up to that energy, and everything else in the world is acting like ankle weights. Yep, the holding on, letting go, walking the tightrope. You know, I know my personal tightropes, but we're all walking the tightropes, aren't we? Staying positive while not going into denial about, you know, the things that are not positive. Being empowered to help ourselves, but still knowing when we need to ask for help. Those are a couple. But here, I think, is just the call of the personal call to us to be focused on what we're here to do. This is what I'm here to do. So we focus on what we're here to do at a soul level, bring our creativity to bear, tapping into that deep well of the unconscious where we are all connected, tapping into that and drawing from it, but giving back to it as well. Giving back our creativity. So when we sit there, we tap into that and we bring it all up, and, you know, the psychic energy, whatever we need to accomplish what we're doing. And then when we're done and we're feeling that satisfaction and something's come to fruition, isn't this wonderful? We need to sit back and go to that well and give back. Give back to the collective unconscious. Overcoming our fears, tapping into our gratitude, which shows us how fortunate we've been in our lives, staying grounded in that reality. The Elaine dance. Oh my goodness, I have such a sinus headache. Okay, up next. But I am having a good time. I'm so delighted to be here. All right, who's up next here? Number 3. We just did number 3. We have 1, 2, and 6 to go. Whee! That's 5. No. We've got 1, 2, and 6. Come. 2. All right. I want to tell you guys, I have an idea. I'm going to do this on a live stream soon, maybe on Samhain. Maybe, well, you know, November 1st would be live stream night. But I have these wonderful, tiny little gaming dice that Samantha gave me. And let me pull these out. So I'm thinking... Okay, here we go. I'm thinking that what I can do, since I have 420, I think I'm in 430 some decks right now. that I can let the dice pick the deck. So the first thing I would do is throw this four-sided one, and I'm looking for a 1, 2, or 3 to see how many numbers we're going to be rolling for. So are we doing single digits, double digits, or triple digits, right? And then if we're doing triple digits, I will roll it for a 1, 2, 3, or 4. And then I will roll this one, which is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And then I will roll this for the last single digit, 0 to 9. So we can let Spirit pick the decks for us. I think that would be lots and lots and lots of fun. Okay. The shackles fall and free the mind. Yes, shackles. That's right, Tana. Correct word there. Free your mind and your ass will follow, as they say. And thank you, Catherine. Okay, the irritability dies. Okay, now for the guardian of the night. Gotta relax. I start picking up energy, and then I start making tension in my muscles. Yeah, I think it would be fun with the dice. Okay. Shackles, thinking Griette. I don't know what Griette is. Okay. The world. We've been short on majors tonight. Well, I mean, we've only done one tarot deck so far, so. But we only had one major, and I had to go looking for it. Which, what does that tell us? It says the devil's in the details. The day-to-day details. If we look at, if we want to change our lives, we don't do it by changing our lives. We do it by changing our day. Changing our journey through life, changing how I go about this, and this, with settlement from the accident that my family was in, I have been upgrading, and just not in terms of I want to better this or a better that, but in terms of things like this thing to hold my arm so I can do my beading without pain. I can't think of anything else right now. Oh, a steam mop. So Clifford doesn't have to be on his hands and knees cleaning the kitchen floor, because he's so wonderful about things like that. But just things that will make us able to live our optimal lives, to have the environment and the atmosphere we want in our home with less stress and effort, with more ease. So, World, Knight of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. Wow. World and 10 of Pentacles. Talk about fruition cards, right? Things coming to fruition, things coming to manifestation. Look at the bees. Look at all the wonderful honeybees on the flowers. Fertility, fertilizing, catalyzing. And look at the bee here. So we've got bees on both sides. And then we've got this, what the hell is that? A barracuda? In the middle. The Knight of Swords is a barracuda. So, okay, I'm going to move you because this is a chunchy deck. So, Knight of Swords here can talk about rashness, can talk about acting on our thoughts without due consideration, being impulsive. Because if I think it, I got to do it, But with the World and the 10 of Pentacles, all right, I need more. I need the rest of the cards here. Judgment, here come the majors. The Ace of Pentacles. Okay, and then we have the 7 of Swords. Wow. All right. Things coming to completion. The end of cycles is an inevitability. Cycles have their beginning, cycles have their end. There's no stopping that. You know, life begins, life ends, and goes into the dark half of the circle. There's no stopping that. There's no doing away with that. Looking at, okay, so when we want to manifest something, we start with the end result. What is it that we want to manifest? What do we want it to look like? Look at all these busy bees. If I could go like this and have things the way I want them, what would it look like? And the other side of that coin is when you're doing, you know, the big spell work, the destiny work, right? The life's purpose work. And you think about, you know, oh, my life's purpose would be, you know, I would love to travel the world and meet all these wonderful spiritual teachers and do all these, if somebody handed that to me right now, what would my response be? I can't do that. So we want to check in with our idea of our destiny, with our idea of what we're here to accomplish as a soul, and say, and look at how we describe that to ourselves. And if you've kind of stuck with the same description through most of your life and it maybe hasn't manifested, maybe look at, is that really what I'm after? If somebody handed that to me right now, would I take it? Right now, the way it is. So it's time to tweak the vision on a very practical level. What is the end result we're after? Because we got the Ace of Pentacles here. And then we go to the beginning. The world can be all of it. Oh, there's so many things I want to do. And the Knight of Swords is so many thoughts, ideas. Wow, 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 wow. I could do this, and I could do this, and I could do this. But we have to bring it down to reality. And the world can be so all-encompassing that Judgment says here we have to whittle it down. We have to be discerning. What are the things that really matter to me now? We have to continually check in with our big ideas of personal destiny and say, does this fit with the way my life is going? Is my life going in this direction? Do I want it to go in this direction? We got to really ask ourselves the questions about the big ideas that we have. And Seven of Swords down here. Look at this. The Thief card. The Betrayal card. Okay, give me a second with this one here. Okay, I'm hearing how are we being our own worst enemy? How are we keeping ourselves from beginning? You know, keeping ourselves from manifesting because the ideas we have are too big and too many, and so we never begin. We get so picky about it. You know, the Judgment and Ace of Pentacles. Well, I can't do it that way. If I can't have it this way, then I don't want it at all. And I might as well never start because I'm never going to get there. And that's how we betray ourselves. That's how we are the thief in our own minds here. Those thoughts that race and talk about, I can't, I won't, I'll never. So how do we get past that other than overcoming the fear and the things that the Talisman Oracle was telling us? And ooh, I've just felt a big energy drop. I'm going to take a breath. Okay. And take my energy down a little bit because I am going to use the rest of these decks. We only have 2 more to go. So again, that balancing act, that tightrope. We want to give ourselves complete leeway to follow whatever dreams we have, but then we also have to keep that discerning eye on it. And when we look at the end result, you know, oh, I want to be a millionaire and I want to have this. Is that a little too big to think about where do I start? You know, let's keep moving towards our destiny in increments that are doable. You know, to me, it's not about, I've got to run a business and put things up for sale and get back to doing readings for me. No. I need to be able to show up and do my live stream. And begin again. And whenever we get knocked back, we begin again. But Seven of Swords here, how we are betraying ourselves. And we've got the Six of Wands there. There's victory and the Three of Swords. Ooh, okay, hold on. Victory and heartache. Victory and pain. So, with everything that we manifest, everything that we move towards, everything that we decide, there is the thing that is not chosen. So again, we can look at like the world, this idea that we have of what we want to do can just be too big for us to get a grip on. And then we tell ourselves we're not up to the task. That causes pain. So what we do here is, rather than looking at the whole picture and how do I get started and, all of that painful story, let's go over here. The world here can represent our path thus far. Everything that we have moved through, everything that we have learned, that we have completed, all of the many cycles and patterns that we have gone through. And we can look at it with discernment and judgment and evaluate what in this has value to me. What value am I going to extract? 10 of Pentacles, that value. What riches lie in this that I can extract? What victories can I claim out of the story that I have lived so far? But Knight of Swords here, I want to come back to him and talk about getting our thoughts in line, to just mark how your thoughts are running and when they're running away with you, when we're getting too enthusiastic that we're going overboard, and when we are getting self-sabotaging. Ooh, that's a big one. Seven of Swords here is self-sabotage. And how we sabotage ourselves. Deal with the grief of that, and then let's look at, rather than self-sabotage, let's claim the victories that I've had so far and remind myself of what those victories have been. But the Ace and the 10 of Pentacles there is a road for us to follow, and in the manifest world, we need to keep our thoughts in line with what is practically doable. Watch how we're talking to ourselves when our thoughts take away from us. When we sabotage ourselves, focus on claiming the victory there. All right. Let's see now. He says they like the back of the deck. It's a beautiful deck. Tavia has gifted me with all of the MJ Cullinans that I have. The Crow Tarot, Guardian of the Night. I want to say Guardians, but it's Guardian of the Night. And the Grimalkin's Curious Cats. All wonderful decks. Thank you again, Tavia. Yep. I have mine. Mente colmena. I don't know what that means. That's right. I'm so glad. I love watching Tana and Marcy have a conversation. Please feel free to have a conversation in your own language. I would love to see that as well. Lots of above, below in those images. Yeah. You're right. You're right, Tavia. The world and the 10 of Pentacles. I agree. Peace and compassion, compassion and peace. These are the energies I choose to increase. That's right. Compassion and peace, peace and compassion, let it surround our world in a spiraling fashion. Thank you, Samantha. The Panther, yes. I know, so beautiful. I want to see her again. There she is. Yeah, fabulous deck that I haven't reached for anywhere near enough. All right. Sometimes see that Seven of Swords as a strategy card. Ooh, Catherine. How can I bring my mind to bear on this so I can manifest my destiny? That's excellent. Seven of Swords and Five of Swords were two cards that confounded me for the longest time. I could not personally relate to them, but I've been, collecting meanings and interpretations from people for a lot of years now. And I think And, also letting new meanings come up. But that idea of self-sabotage and that thief card, how do we take away from ourselves with our thoughts? But I like it as a strategy card. Okay, what can I take away that might relieve my mental burden and allow me to move forward? What can I take? What do I leave? That's an excellent suggestion, Catherine. All right, now, who's up next? We have Deep, Dark, and Dangerous, and so we have 1 and 6 left. 3, no, 6. All right. Haunted House. The Haunted House. Now this one, I know this has kind of its own little storylines going on in the minors, but I'm not gonna look things up. Speaking of claiming victories, when I look back now of what my live streams were like in the beginning and how I was just, because I, sabotaged myself mentally, and I come at things with a lack of self-esteem, So coming at readings with, I don't know what I'm doing, and looking cards up and, not wanting to pick decks I'm not familiar with because it's going to make me look like what, blah, 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 quack, quack, quackity quack. And now I look at how easy it is to do readings and how how much more centered I am in my actual gift. And okay, we have the Queen of Swords. So we've had the King, the Queen, and the Knight of Swords so far, have we not? We have the Seven of Wands. We have the High Priestess. Oh, thank you for showing up, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Queen of Swords, the Water of Air. You know what? I am going to look up this because I think this deck might have some insights for us. Let's see what she says. Mature feminine demon of air. Rules from the kingdom of the mind. She lives in her books, treasures words, articulation, and precision. There is no story she cannot express, no idea too broad or grand. She is the essence of communication, articulate, precise, pointed, expressive. She is also the wounded woman. She shows up a lot when we have our armor on and we are dwelling only in the intellectual. And why does she dwell in the intellectual? Because she's protecting her emotions. She is water. She is a queen. So she is protecting those emotions, and we have to walk that line again where, yes, we can, with our thoughts, keep ourselves in a good, balanced emotional state. But we can also, with our thoughts, dissociate from our emotions and distance ourselves from them. So there's that balance again. Understanding intellectually what my emotions are telling me, what brought them on. Ooh, there's a trigger I need to heal. A feeling comes up and it's like, wow, did I ever overreact? So when we have strong feelings, asking number one, are my feelings in line with the event? Do they make sense? The strength of my feelings, do they make sense with the event? And there's a word that I'm looking for here, and it's eluding me. So let's look at, what are we feeling? Why are we feeling it? What's it telling us? What can I do with it? And then we've got Seven of Wands here, which is standing your ground. Look at the flames coming at her. Standing up for what is right in you, for your passions, for what you know to be true about yourself and your life, about the world around you, about, the good information that Goddess has given us. And then on this side, we have the High Priestess, where that Luna card came. So again, here, that deep well of intuition, that deep well of knowledge and wisdom, that energy that is passed physically from mother to daughter to daughter to daughter to daughter. There's the unbroken line, physically unbroken line. Not through the males. It's the physically, that's an energetic line. The line from mother to daughter to daughter to daughter is the physical lineage of humanity. So looking at that physical lineage and where it began and where we've come to, and what's the condition of it now, when the attack happened in Israel and the reaction to that, I shared on my Facebook page a song by an Israeli woman named Yael Deckelbaum. And I may actually I'm going to go find a song and I'm going to drop a link for you guys. And I think I've done this before. But it's called Prayer of the Mothers. And if you, wait a minute. If you need, first of all, if you need to cry, if you need to weep, and boy, did I ever, I had mega grief. This is a song that will help pull that grief out of you, and also will help you take part in sending this prayer out to the world. So I give you that, hold on a second. Yeah. Oh, if only I could type. Okay. So it is an amazing song, isn't it, Roxanne? And she's got other things too. She has one called War is Not a Woman's Game. Another big, powerful one. Big, powerful one. Okay, so what I'm looking at here with this deep well is the mothers singing together, the mothers saying, we will no longer grieve our children that have been robbed from us. I have had it with men's ideological wars. Men are the war makers. War is not a woman's game. Absolutely not. Sorry, I'm dealing with my stuff here. Okay, so we have, what do we got? Is that the Knight of Pentacles? I have to look at the symbols because I don't remember what the Knight and the Page look like. I thought that they had a little picture here. Hold on. Usually they have a little picture showing the symbols that are on the quartz so that we can distinguish them, and I'm not seeing it here. But I do believe that is the Knight. And let's see. Okay, yes, that is. And this says, so the Knight of Pentacles is usually the knight that doesn't go anywhere, standing still. He, to me, always talks about leveling up as far as how we handle material resources on a very practical level. So this one says, which expression of earth, which, W-I-T-C-H, sends gifts to the world with his faithful owl familiar. He, even though it's she here, looks like she to me. Anyway, they say he thinks carefully, plans well, and makes his work count. He is to be depended on in all ways, as stable as the barn he inhabits, thoughtful, physical, attentive. Okay, so leveling up, being very responsible, stable, available. And then we have the Nine of Swords here. So we need to deal with this collective grief. Yes, in an intellectual way, but also in a deep way, because this is an ongoing grief. This is an ongoing grief of the feminine, of the mother. Watching the battle, fighting, for fighting to end. But looking how can we stabilize ourselves amidst all this grief? And then we have Six of Swords. So again, first card that came up tonight was the Six of Swords, talking about moving through troubled waters. Rescue. How can we rescue ourselves? How can we rescue others? How can we give aid and support? How can we keep moving? I mean, here's the Knight of Pentacles talking about stopping and being stable. How can we be stable amidst all of this grief and continue to move forward? I'm going to take 2 more. There's the Devil again, and there's the 3 of Swords again. Well, the answer is we're not coming out of this anytime real quick. This is a long process. It's been a long process, and it's going to take a long process to get through. So the Devil shows up again. We keep ourselves chained and bound. We are keeping ourselves imprisoned by our ideas, by the government, the structure of our governments. That what did you call it, Samantha? The Dottie Day ones. Just, keeping ourselves mentally imprisoned, but also these larger structures that keep us imprisoned. And look at this 9 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. We just have a lot to deal with and get through. And I thought, okay, let's take another one. It's a 4 of Swords. So we need to take our breaks where we need them. We've got this flame up here and earth here, but look at swords, 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 Devil. So keeping our passion and our boundaries firm about our passions, keeping ourselves stable as much as we can, and the rest of it is swords and the Devil. And the High Priestess sitting there saying, there's the well that we go to in order to replenish. Sword, water, and moon. Yes. Oh, my goodness, my goodness. Yes, 9 of Swords again. Was it the 9 before? Was that the... Hold up. Was that our first deck? We had the 6 of Swords, we had the King, we had the 2, we had the 8, and the... Yeah. So no, I don't think we have had the 9 or the 10. Let me see. And did we have it in... Okay, no, we didn't have swords there. We had the 7 was the Panther and the Knight. Okay, so that's the first time we've had the 9, but it's the second time we had the 3. So it's just validation, you guys. It is validation that, yes, this isn't all in your head. Things are as difficult and, just dipped in tears as it feels. Now, let's go to Deep, Dark, and Dangerous. And looky, you guys, I got through all the decks. Looky. Oh, I have such a headache right now. All sinus. And it is worth it for the beautiful, crisp, cool fall air that is coming in my window. Can I shuffle you? Oh, goodness, wait. Let's try that a different way. I've gotten used to shuffling these ones with the gilded edges face up. But this one will not shuffle face up, so. All right. Oh, let me catch up. 9, similar energy. Yes, stress, insomnia. Insomnia, the 3 of Swords, heavy, heavy, heavy. Samantha says to change your life, you start by changing your mind, clearing out the clutter, releasing, remembering, remaking it a member of our consciousness. Yes, remembering. Day 1 Dotties. Okay, thank you. Keeping ourselves imprisoned. South Node. Bingo, Tavia. Yep. Okay. It certainly brings it full circle, doesn't it? That is South Node. The Devil's only job is to make us forget who we are. Right on, but his job is falling by the wayside as we remember more and more. Right on. The red. Do you like the red? Yes. Okay. Hey, while we're hanging out here, thank you for hitting the like button. If you haven't, please do that for me so people can, get an idea that I exist. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, you might want to do that. That would be excellent. And there's a little Patreon link. Thank you for my stalwart patrons who give me money every month so I can buy a deck and, just help me to remember that I am supported by people I've never met in real life. I really appreciate that. Bort. That's hilarious. Okay, have a beautiful moon hat. Do we? We had big clouds coming in, so I don't think we get to see it as usual in Northeast Ohio. Touch of Indian summer. It was 74 degrees here today. So, and it's not Indian summer because we haven't had a frost yet. So, tap the like button, absolutely. And there's another button down there if you want to just, send me an add a girl or a couple bucks or something. I appreciate every bit of it. Okay. So we have Kelpie, the Morrigan, and the Sybil. Kelpie is warning. The Morrigan is sovereignty, and the Sybil is foresight. Wow. Okay. Guess what? Hey, powers that be, or powers that think they be. Here's your warning. We each have individual sovereignty, no matter how much you try to legislate it away. I understand, although I hadn't been watching before I went live, that they have chosen a Speaker of the House. Sorry to go political. And he is one of the guy that said that he thought women should only be just cranking out new workers. I think he was the one that referred to babies as stock, as human stock. But guess what? Here's your warning. We have sovereignty. We belong to ourselves, and the Morrigan is here to remind us of that. Look at the blood red and the black feathers. Fuck with us at your peril. And the Sybil says, have the foresight to see the writing on the wall, to see that the times are changing, to see that you are in the death throes. This old way, this old patriarchal way is in its death throes, and it may be a long, painful, slow death, but it's happening. We're in it. What else was I going to say here? Oh, one of the things I've said for many, many years is I think like the core of our big issues as humans, and especially the people that govern us, the fat cats that, wield all the money, is just a lack of imagination. We have to do it the old way because I can't imagine any other way. There is a severe lack of imagination. So that's why the world needs us creatives. Really needs us creatives. Then we have the Medusa. This is the deep, dark, and dangerous deck. Can you tell? And we have the Kraken. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Okay. If you follow politics, you will know why that's hilarious, because last week, Sidney Powell, who was one of Donald Trump's lawyers, who really launched this whole Stop the Steal and the whole trying to overturn the election in Georgia. She was the spearhead of that. And she went on, TV after the election talking about, these wild conspiracy theories that the voting machines were altered by people that were working for like Hugo Chavez. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Wild ass theories. And she said, we're going to release the Kraken. Well, the Kraken pled guilty this week. The rats are leaving the ship. It's a going down. But that's only the visible tip of the iceberg here. That has roots in so many places. And, we're watching them. It is painful, but we're watching them eat themselves alive, and it's going to hurt everybody. They're going to hurt everybody on their way down, but it's happening. So injustice and mystery here. Let's look over here. Warning sovereignty. Injustice. The Medusa says, I will take reparations, thank you, for all you have put us through. It's not enough to just say, I won't do it again. Pay me back. Give me back what you've stolen, if it's even possible. So Medusa is here. Morrigan is here to help us reclaim our sovereignty. Medusa is here to put it into action. And then over here, where we have sovereignty and foresight. So sovereignty and foresight is the call to women to collectively, as we have been, reimagine this world. Reimagine this world with women at the helm, with women as the Council of Elders saying what happens and what doesn't. You know, the chiefs in First Nations tribes were there to lead war and that kind of stuff, but the power of the decision making was in the Council of Elders, was in the women's lodge, the grandmother's lodge. They were the ones that called the war chiefs and said, hey, you're fucking up, get your shit together, you know? So this is what we're doing now. And here's the mystery. So we have sovereignty and foresight to reimagine. And there's some part of that we won't be able to imagine because we haven't witnessed it in our lifetimes. And that's where we leave it to mystery. I don't know if you've ever seen The Last Unicorn. When, what's his name, Schmendrick? Magic, do what you will. Magic, do what you will. We create the space for the magic. We create the magic itself. We bring up that energy, holding that vision of something new and letting that vision become so bright that all the dark, icky stuff just shatters and falls away. But then in the middle of it, we say, Spirit, do what you will. And we have to invite Spirit in here too, because, you know, if we want to just go immediately in the positive direction, okay, what's going to make me feel good right now? Let's just do that. Okay, it's going to make me feel good, so let's just do that. But to really see the big, deep change, to get rid of the things that are so toxic, we have a lot more pain to go through. It's going to still be painful and uncertain. And that's where we have to let Spirit choose the way and trust that it's going to take us to the best place. Because Spirit can see from way up, Spirit can see the short, direct path rather than the slow, piecemeal path that may not ever get us even close. So mystery says we don't know how to get there ourselves. Goddess, I put it in your hands. While I am doing every little thing in my life, you know? And at the bottom, we have dragon, which is treasure. So on the way through these, you know, kraken-infested waters, on the way through the battleground, standing up to claim justice on a global level, Libra in the 9th, we will find treasures. We will find the treasures that are inside us, the treasure of the depths of strength that we never knew we had, of, you know, the victories that we forgot we had. We will uncover these treasures, and we will also uncover treasures in each other, uncover the other people that think like we think and that are willing to cross and join and collaborate, like that Four of Wands in the beginning. Okay, I don't think I have anything more to say about that. I don't think I do. My goodness. Okay, I got to catch up. I see there's been a lot of conversation going on. Okay. Lovingly, yes, tap the like button. Oh, did you too? Okay, Tavia. You know, I've been so internal. I just haven't been out. So, all right, then it is Indian summer. Give a like. It's free. Thank you, Tana. Outside of Pittsburgh. Ah, so you're close. I'm in Kent, Ohio. No, we cannot separate politics from our environment right now. No ignoring the influence. So the political is personal. The political is personal, period. Done. End of sentence. Our environment is personal, period. Absolutely. Daily lives as well as planet. Right. Exactly. power. Let's reclaim our power. Yes, absolutely. And our responsibility. You're right, Tana. Women told them what to do. Yes, men chose how to do it. That was the balance. Into the moonlit grove they come, answering the call of the primordial drum. Yes, it did. It did. I am so grateful for all these authors and all these decks. Let me, what was I going to do in the beginning? I said I'll do that at the end. I can't remember. Anyway, let's close down our circle. So let's take a moment to come back into your body, relax again. Let your butt get heavy. Let gravity take over again. And with that big explosion of drums and ecstasy, let's send out gratitude for the messages tonight. Gratitude for my guides. Gratitude for my gifts. Gratitude for my goddess and for the knowledge of her. For the experience of her. Gratitude to you, my viewers, for coming and hanging out with me and giving me a reason, allowing me to fulfill my destiny in the way that I am able, with all of my limits, allowing me to edit down my big dreams into what's doable for me here and now. So now let's come back. You're in the middle of your sphere, your egg. Feel the energy that's in here. And let's exhale all the way. Take a nice big in-breath. And as you exhale, that outer layer that you went out to connect with everyone out, just push it out all the way so it flows out and dissipates into space, carrying with it all of these good combined energies that we've experienced here tonight. And then for whatever energy you've picked up, the extra energy, the enhanced energy, just open up that base of your spine and that root, that cord, and allow anything excess to drain back down into the earth. You might want to put your hands down on the earth. You can also put your hands just on your body. That is the earth. And let the excess go back to the earth with our gratitude, with all of our blessings, all of our consciousness and enlightenment that we've experienced, that we've put through our bodies tonight. Let it flow down into the earth, and may she be blessed. And exhaling, then another inhale. And send any excess mental, cosmic, spiritual energy out into the cosmos with the same blessings in gratitude. Of course, you are keeping everything that you need. And then once again, thank you for still being here for me. 45 minutes before I went live is when I put up the notice, because I didn't know. Till then, I just didn't know. And I am so grateful that I was able to come and do my thing tonight. And that's all I have to say. I love you. I really do. I truly love each and every one of you. I send that energy of love, which is not an emotion, it's a bond. We have a bond through our magic, through our readings, through the artwork and the wisdom that we share in these wonderful decks. So, okay, let me check out the messages once again. Yes, thank you, Tavia, for your insight. All of you, Tavia, Samantha, Tana, Marcy, all of you that give insight. Catherine, Robin, thank you so much. Roxanne. Well, I gained, and now I will care for myself a lot. I'm going to put some magnesium cream on my shoulder because it's thumping. Yes, it is a marvelous group. I appreciate you all. Until next time, Ashe, Tana. And yes, thank you, Marcy, for bringing another wonderful person into our space. Thank you. Better every day. Better every day, you guys. Thank you again. I love you all so much. I will see you here next time. Hope to be shooting an unboxing tomorrow. And until then, blessed be.